Yeah, so just practicing the the simplified Yang 24 form. I always thought it would be nice if I could hear what the folks were thinking about as they practice, especially the experts. Right. So as you know, the commencement movement is pretty similar in many of the Tai Chi forms. You know, it's an up-down kind of movement like that. Right. So my instructor speaks Chinese, not a lot of English. Right. So, but he's very good with correcting the external movement patterns. Right. So he says fingers, wrists, elbows, shoulders, and then shoulders, elbows, wrists, fingers. All right, so my interpretation with that is that I'm drawing energy in. All right, so I'm drawing energy in through my fingers, right? Draw the chi in, and it comes into my center, and then I bring it out of my center and out through my hands. Right, so the remainder of these movements, you know, are characterized by turning, closing, and opening. Right? And you can find that basically in any of the Tai Chi forms. All these movements have kind of poetic names to them. In all honesty, I don't really pay much attention to the names of them. But it's important to appreciate that there is a martial application to these movements. Now, I'm not practicing this for martial reasons. I've done enough of that stuff. I have enough injuries in my background. But the martial intent, right, or the martial intention brings a certain quality to the movement. If all you're doing is sticking your arms out there in space and they're not connecting to your center and to the ground, there's no substance, right? You wouldn't be able to block a strike. You wouldn't be able to deliver a blow. The Yang form, right? This is a simplified Yang form. The Yang forms are characterized by this smoothness in the movement. Right? So that kind of gives you the feeling that you have this sphere that's constantly turning, letting this chi sink, feeling that energy in the hands, expanding from the center. Cloud hands, many different versions of this pattern. I used to feel like I always had to be perfect as I did these things, you know, in order to be able to teach. Got to be perfect. There's no need for that. Even though philosophically I don't even believe in perfection, I still would put the pressure on myself. No mistakes. Right? The only mistake is failing to learn from your mistakes. Maybe that's not even a mistake. Gather the energy. Try not to lock your joints, right? So don't fully extend the knee and don't fully extend the elbow, right? Because if you do that, shoulder pops up or the hip gets tight, right? It's no good. Try it. Right, so closing movement. You gather the chi, collect it, and bring it into the center. Right, so we're cultivating chi through this practice. Right, the chi is in our center. Right, so the mind stirs the chi and the chi moves the body. Good, that's a good place to stop.